Hi and welcome, I'm Dan from Awareful and welcome to my channel. Today we're exploring in this short video about those people that have tested us and beginning to soften the grasp of emotion. Now it's difficult to understand sometimes when we live in a world of 7 billion odd humans why people are so different. You know, in this world we have these people, different from you kind of people, these that see things differently, that feel things differently, that hear things differently. They're different from you, completely unique. Just like you though. Their upbringing, their class, their culture, their family, their friends group, what they have seen and learned, their upbringing, their life to this point, completely different. And yet we let these people who are not us, obviously, play such major roles in how we live. The happy, lovely people are easy. And often we compare these others, these bad energies, these life trainers, with these lovely people, the people that we see similarities in, you know, our families and friends. It is these others that come into our lives and really test our resolve. Maybe they're friends or partners or colleagues or whoever. But they give us a real flavour of the path, our path, and challenge the core of our own structure. And the thing is, there are these people everywhere, people that are different than you. And I'll let you in on a little secret. They probably go home and complain to their family and friends in the same way about you. We have these people that test us everywhere. This is life. It isn't perfect. And just like me, we haven't achieved a state of Buddhahood, you know, where we see Mara rise and invite them for a cup of tea. We get pissed off, really pissed off, and throw the tea kettle at them. I'm only messing. But so these wonderful people who test us, who invoke these powerful emotions in us, motivate us to do something that biologically are driving us to punch, run and hide. When in reality, this is not where our strength lies. This is our animal in us, our animal nature. And we were born so much stronger than that. Yes, dangerous things can happen, absolutely. Ignite this system at the right time to keep us safe from harm. But another human pushing your buttons, and I'm speaking from a place on non-perfection too. I still erupt every now and again. We are emotional creatures. Survival mechanisms is all part of this emotional response, and we all have them. Just survival mechanisms. And this world is filled with all kinds of people. And if we let them continue to take the control of our emotions, I know some of you are probably thinking, but some people just, ooh. Yeah, absolutely. Since the dawn of time, there were people different from us. Not ever has there ever been a time in this whole existence have I ever read in some scriptures anywhere or a book that said, and the whole world was happy and united. Never has this been. We have basically been put together by two adults that had no handbook. They just did their best, basically winging it, our whole life, on what they think will be the best for us. All of us are the same. Some will have a better upbringing than others, but like the Buddha said in one of his wonderful teachings, that I remind myself all the time. Now, a woman who had lost a loved one approached him and asked him to help her get rid of the suffering for the loss. And he said, may I ask you before I do just one small favour? Could you go to every house in this village and get a mustard seed or something? And go to every house in this village and bring one of these seeds back from each one of the house so I can finish my sauce or whatever he was making. But only take the seed from the homes that have not suffered a loss of their loved ones. And she came back empty-handed. We're all fighting an uphill battle to find the best people we can be, and we feel like we're losing all the time as others are seemingly holding us back by being more in control of our emotions than we are. But let me ask you this. Of these people, these ones that have tested us, these people that are now in our past, or maybe they're your kids or your parents or your partners or your friends, when they tested us, how often have you grown out of it? How often have you learnt something about yourself? How often have you learnt to reach out for support? It is a fact that we have the most evolved neurological system on this planet. Well, actually, maybe the dolphins are maybe a bit more. They have sonar. Although, wouldn't that be great, actually? Finding out where your friends are, your kids are, just by boom. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, our minds are incredible. You know, what they can do, although we seemingly have a flaw, thoughts and emotions. And how we see the world around us reflects how we think and feel about our world, how we perceive it, and the drama that we create around it. Each one of us caught up in our own minds, our own drama, paying attention to very little of life. And often some of these thoughts we have are completely untrue. And we just buy into, we just believe these lies. And we get emotional about it, like as if it's actually happened. It's like I wake up in the morning and my wife gives me a big hug and says, "You're still here." I ask, why? Why? Where else would I be? And she says, "You left me in my dream just now." Now, these thoughts we have in our lives are the only reason we have drama. If we didn't compare ourselves, if we didn't perceive things differently, we wouldn't have any drama. And maybe our mind would then start focusing on getting rid of our fingers for feeling too much, or our lungs for breathing too much. There's so many people come to my classes with this expectation that they're going to be rid of thoughts and emotions. I don't know where they get that from. I must admit, I had heard that from too, but I never hear many people say, "Come and do meditation, it's going to get rid of your thoughts completely." But when I speak with them and I ask, "Why don't you come and try meditation and mindfulness?" I get that they always get this, "My mind is too busy for that. I tried it once and couldn't stop my thoughts." And the jokey side of me then asks, "If I had a rope, could you lasso me that cloud over there?" Apologies, I digress, but softening the grasp of emotion. I guess where I've been going by this is I suppose that awesome Will Smith video, fault and responsibility. Absolutely, it was their fault that these things have happened in our life. Maybe it was our responsibility to put it right though. And believing that these people are in control of your emotions is a fable, a lie that you've turned into a belief. And we don't help ourselves. We say things like, "Ooh, Craig really pissed me off." And our mind logs it. Craig equals arsehole, or whoever equals arsehole. And what they do sucks, and Craig pisses me off. When in reality, we use the emotion to motivate us to not speak with Craig or show Craig how we feel about their actions. That we choose the emotion. It may not have felt like it was a choice at the time because we've ingrained a habit with a saying, "If someone does this, then this." And Craig, he knows that button, just like my kiddies do. I love them more than life itself, but they are wonderful pointers on my path, wonderful opportunities for practice. And we choose the emotion, which is why mindfulness and meditation is so important, to try and work directly with these changing, disruptive states and destructive emotions. Now, it isn't to get better at meditating, it's to get better at humaning. And the meditation is working if you're recognizing more thoughts or recognizing more emotions. These are good things, these are good signs. You're becoming conscious to your life. It's not like all of a sudden within you there is this evil genius that goes, "Right, Greg started meditation. Let's really test him. I know on average it's 30 to 50,000 thoughts a day, but just because he's starting to meditate, let's get it up to 2 million. The thoughts don't change. You're just no longer being the passenger on the Dan ride, existing. They don't just go, "Right, they're meditating. Let's make this sadness twice as unbearable just to show them who's boss." These busy minds, these disruptive states is why we practice. It's why we're coming to sit. And those that have tested us form our path. A very uphill path most of the time with blackberry bushes of wind and rain just messing. But we do have a choice, and why this practice is so important is to begin to work with all of these feelings that we have, all of these thoughts and feelings which make up you. They don't define you. They are not you. They come and go. They are transient. Like roomies, meet them at the door with a smile and as they may be clearing you out for the next adventure. So, what are your thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. How do you find managing these disruptive emotions? And what have you tried to soften their grasp in the past? Did acceptance and effort play a key role? Maybe it was motivation in you that got fanned by those that tested you. Now, I have a couple of quotes I just want to finish with. The sorrow and loss he felt fostered a raw and open-hearted compassion towards others. And it doesn't matter how long we've been traveling in the wrong direction, we always have a choice to turn around. Now, there's a wonderful meditation that goes wonderfully alongside this short video, which I recommend listening to. It's down in the description below for your want. Please enjoy and share it. And again, come back. I'd love your feedback. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to like and subscribe or share it to people you feel may benefit from it too. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What did you notice? What did you take away from it? Again, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.